The 2024 MLB season is officially in the books, and wait until you hear Juan Soto's comments after the game concluded. He sounds so ready to be a free agent. And by the way, MLB Recap is brought to you by SeatGeek and Underdog Fantasy. Use code Fuzzy. Now, the Yankees, they became the first team since 1970 to not lose Game 4 after going down 3-0. And look at who threw out the first pitch. Hideki Matsui, they called him Godzilla. Now, staying with first pitches, Aaron Judge got a meatball from Jack Flaherty. Like, literally the only thing that was missing from that clip was angel hair pasta to pair up with that meatball. That was Judge's first and only home run of the World Series. I got a question for you guys now. Do you like Jazzrado, Hermes, Harrington, Chisholm Jr.? You like Jazz? That's his real name, by the way. They go back to back, and Alex Verdugo, he kept the line moving with an RBI single. The Yankees were firing on all cylinders offensively. Operative word, offensively. Playoff Stanton was at it again. He ties Mickey Mantle, Reggie Jackson, and a few others with 18 career postseason home runs. Gerrit Cole, he was completely locked in for the first 4 innings, and honestly, the 5th inning as well. But after this Enrique Hernandez single, all hell broke loose as Aaron Judge, he pulled a Josh Hamilton versus the A's a few years ago. He took his eyes off the ball, completely whiffed it, and he couldn't make the throw to second, or he did make the throw, but not in time, and an epic meltdown happened after that. Jazz, he's not a third baseman by trade, so he can't scoop the one hop from Anthony Volpe, and Yankees fans were saying, Volpe, just go to second base and try and turn 2. Gerrit, he hit the Dodgers with the Thanos line of, fine, I'll do it myself. He strikes out Gavin Lux. He strikes out Shohei Ohtani. By the way, Ohtani had a brutal World Series, and I know that shoulder didn't help, but he was out there playing. I mean, he was awful. You know what else didn't help? The spin of this baseball. It went from, okay, Anthony Rizzo is going to charge and cover. He's going to... Oh my, the spin of the ball made it go the other way, which completely halted his momentum of trying to charge the baseball. Both guys, both Gerrit and Anthony, were caught in no man's land, but to me, Gerrit has to be there. The run scores, and the Yankees, if they would have converted that play, they would have had 5 outs in this inning alone between Aaron Judge dropping the baseball, Volpe and Jazz not being able to complete that out at third base, Gerrit Cole not covering, and Freddie, he took full advantage. He drove in 2 more RBIs, so he tied a World Series record with 12 in a single World Series, and he only played in 5 games. Those days off really helped out his ankle. And Teoscar Hernandez, I hope they bring him back simply because he had 33 home runs and a near 140 OPS plus in the regular season. He had 12 RBIs and a 350 on base this postseason, and he had a game-saving outfield assist a few days ago. And by the way, that inning that you just saw was history. It's the first time in a single game that a team has blown a 5-run lead. They had 5+ unearned runs, 3 errors, a catcher's interference, and a balk. It's the first time it's ever happened ever, regular season or postseason. Now, the Yankees did fight back. Giancarlo Stanton had a sac fly, and it was way too far for an outfield assist. The Yankees went back up 1. Cole still out there. He walks Freddie Freeman. That's it, 108 pitches, 5 runs, 0 earned runs. Now, he does have an opt-out, and that opt-out can go away. We'll talk about that in just a second. But yeah, Gerrit Cole, he's waving to the crowd just in case he does become a free agent. Clay, he got Max Muncy, who went 0 for 16 with 10 strikeouts in the World Series. And Weaver, he should have started the 8th inning. Boone, what are you doing? He had to get 6 outs anyways because he inherited a mess. Lux, he put some good wood on it. It's a game-tying sac fly. Ohtani, he steps in now. This is catcher's interference, and Mookie, he's already faced Luke Weaver in this series. The last time it was a sac fly on a changeup down. To me, it was very smart to go for that fastball up as he drives it to the outfield. And now you have Walker Buehler. Walker Buehler pumping mid to upper 90s. He's had 2 Tommy John surgeries, and I'm so happy that they gave it to him to clinch the World Series. The Dodgers are your 2024 World Series champions, as Freddie Freeman just became one of 12 players in the history of baseball to win an MVP and a World Series MVP. 10 of those 12 are in the Hall of Fame. The other 2 are Freddie Freeman and Pete Rose. Their 2020, I'm going to put this in air quotes because I'm not someone who has this opinion, but their 2020 Mickey Mouse Championship is now in the rear view mirror. The Dodgers will finally get their parade in LA, and I'm really excited for them. And by the way, the Dodgers, yes, they had a crazy high payroll, but they won the World Series without these pitchers: Shohei Ohtani, Tyler Glasnow, Clayton Kershaw, Gonsolin, Stone, May, Grove. You saw what happened in game number 4. They had to punt the game just so they could save some of their starting arms, and then they used Walker Buehler as a bullpen guy to close out game number 5. I mean, it was a gentleman's sweep, and it's crazy to even say that because of all the injuries that they had. Now, of course, I'm not saying the Dodgers are an underdog or anything like that. They led the league in wins, and again, that payroll was absorbent. Now, staying with payroll in terms of free agents for the Dodgers, Walker Buehler is a free agent, same with Jack Flaherty. Both of the Hernandezes, so Teoscar Hernandez and Enrique Hernandez, Blake Treinen, Joe Kelly, Kevin Kiermaier, and Daniel Hudson. I saved those guys for last because they're not coming back. They're retiring. Good for Daniel Hudson and Kiermaier going out on top. But let's say they don't bring back a Jack Flaherty or a Teoscar Hernandez. Maybe they go for Corbin Burnes. Corbin Burnes quote tweeted the Dodgers winning with some eyeball emojis, which if they get Corbin Burnes, come on now. Roki Sasaki, what about the young Japanese phenom who is an absolute force of nature in the World Baseball Classic? If they can pick up a Burnes and a Sasaki, or maybe they save that Burnes money for Sasaki only, and then they pick up a few other guys in free agency. I mean, come on now. Now, staying with free agents, here's what Juan Soto had to say about his upcoming offseason and how he's going to be treating it.
I feel like every team has the same opportunities when I'm going to the free agency. I don't want to say anybody has any advantage, because at the end of the day, we're gonna look what they have and how much they want. I don't know what's the teams that want to come after me, but definitely, I'll be open to listen every single team. I don't have any doors closed or anything like that. So I'm going to be available for all 30 teams.
So as you just heard, Juan Soto, he enjoyed his time with the Yankees, but he's definitely going to be enjoying free agency as well. It's his first time hitting the market, and he has every right to listen to every offer presented to him. Who knows, maybe a surprise contract. Like, remember Chris Bryant got that crazy contract from the Rockies? Maybe a random team swoops in and says, we're going for it. Like, what if the Pirates just gave him $500 million? Now, I'm curious, if you're a Yankees fan, let me know in the comments, would you rather have Juan Soto, one player, for $50 million a year, or would you rather spread that to a couple different guys? Like, maybe you go for a Cody Bellinger, Christian Walker, and Tanner Scott. You give Juan Soto's money to a few all-star level pieces, and hopefully that helps out with lineup shaping and lineup depth, as opposed to just giving all of that to one single guy. And you can get a Tanner Scott or a pretty good reliever for that bullpen as well. Gerrit Cole, I forgot to mention, by the way, he does in fact have an opt-out, but that opt-out can be voided if the Yankees choose to give him $36 million for 2029. He'll be 38 years old, so if the Yankees believe that at 38, Gerrit Cole is going to be worth $36 million, they're going to go ahead and void that opt-out, and if they don't, yeah, Gerrit Cole is going to be a free agent straight up. So if Gerrit does become a free agent, he will be joining Juan Soto, Gleyber Torres, Alex Verdugo, Clay Holmes, Tommy Kahnle, Tim Hill, and Jonathan Loaizaga. We call him Johnny Lasagna. Maybe Aaron Boone is going to be joining them as well as a free agent manager, because the fundamentals have been atrocious all year long. I'm talking about base running. I'm talking about defensive miscues. And I do think that Aaron Boone is a good, solid manager, but I just don't know if he's the right guy for the Yankees. And speaking of not being the right guy, Marcus Stroman, where did this man go? He straight up robbed the Bronx Bombers $18.5 million to put up a 6 ERA in the second half and not throw a single pitch in the postseason. That dude robbed the Yankees. But anyways, done with that. We recap the game. We recap some of the biggest free agents and possible paths that the Yankees and Dodgers will go down. Now, one guy who is not going to be on any team in 2025, Alex Kirilloff, who was the third player ever to make his debut in the postseason. He did it a few years ago for the Twins. He is citing a constant battle with health issues as the reason he is calling it quits. He is hanging up the cleats and retiring from the game of baseball, which is crazy because in 2023, he was electric. And I'm going to miss seeing him at his peak, because when Alex Kirilloff is healthy and right, he's a big human who can hit a baseball a very far way. And even for a big guy, he can kind of cover some ground in the outfield. So I tip my cap to Alex Kirilloff. I'm hoping that everything goes right in his personal life, and that on the health side of things, I'm praying that he experiences a full recovery. And yeah, I genuinely thought that Alex Kirilloff was going to be a future star for the Twins, but it's sad to see him go. So again, the Dodgers are your 2024 World Series champions, and with that, another season of MLB Recap is in the books. I just want to say thank you guys so much for saving this series. I almost had to call it quits a few months ago, and you guys had my back, and honestly, I love this. It's my life, and I'm so happy I can give you guys daily baseball. And speaking of daily baseball, we're not going anywhere. We have a breaking trade. Jorge Soler is going to a brand new team. We'll talk about that in tomorrow's video, because I want to make sure I get all the pieces right. So make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe if you want more baseball. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And again, I tip my cap to the Dodgers. Congratulations.